Hey, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Like always, Sunday check-in is a baseline reading only, no clarifiers. Today we're doing a general overview, or what I call a 369. Towards the end, I will put down oracles as well as charms. And, like always, your sign will be timestamped in the description box as well as the comments. I got you. You guys, as of today, I should be in post-op by a couple of days. I have not gone into surgery yet. I am doing a lot of pre-messages, that way I can get everything lined up and keep this channel running. Yeah, that's just the way we do things around. I have certain standards that must be maintained. That's who I am. We have standards, and then we enforce those standards. Yeah. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, my link is in the description box, and no doubt I will give everybody a little thumbs up when all is said and done. I'm ready to sacrifice the rest of this summer. It's just reached that point, honey. You go to the tipping point where you're like, pool, yay, beach, yay, to I don't want to go anywhere and I don't want to do anything. It's just too hot. It's just too darn hot. I mean, you cross the threshold from fun to there's sweat in places I didn't know existed. And that's not so fun. It's not so sexy. It's not so vibrant. It's just nasty. It's just nasty. So yes, let's go ahead. I'm going to cut off the rest of the summer, heal up, and just really prepared to dig into the fall, one of my favorite seasons of the year. Oh, and by the way, for those folks who missed the last Sunday check-in on July 7th, I introduced the topic of the upcoming surgical procedure, which I gave the background story to that, my personal update, in the last Sunday check-in. So that was July 7th, or you can also check it out on the playlist. It will be listed under All Energies Tarot. Yeah? All that blah blah aside, I hope that you are doing well. Like always, with any reading, take what resonates, leave it does not. If there is clearly more than one energy on this board apparent to you today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. Do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Next week, we are doing a full week of full moon readings. The next full moon will be under the sign of Capricorn, July 21st or thereabouts. In other words, next Sunday. So everybody's getting a full moon reading. I saw some really cool stuff under the moon for all folks. I do hope you like it. It'll be available to you next week, and the schedule for your sign is in the description box as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing next week. Really cool. Like always, it's nice to bring the full moon readings back. And then there has been a lot of questions surrounding when is the next 3-month overview. That will take place the week after the full moon readings, is a 3-month check. So that should be August, September, October. I think we've got a full schedule. We've got a full house. So you guys, let's get rocking. Yeah, I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. What's going on, please? Show me, Leo. What's going on? Uh-oh. Show me, Leo, please. Let's do one more. Show me, Leo, please. All right. Ace of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, Devil, the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups, the Emperor, Three of Swords, Ace of Cups. Yeah. Okay, opening up quite strong. Beautiful. Current day energies, right there. Ace of Wands, your master symbol. Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. Man, business is good. Busy, to and fro, highly productive. Everything seems to have its place. And it feels good. It feels good. You look around at your foundation, the tree of life, okay, the roots that touch many, many things. This obviously surpasses by miles our own sense of personal security, home, finances. This is everything we're connected to. And oh boy, you're connected to quite a bit. You're that Leo who knows everybody. But also very much ingrained into the particular practices of contribution. So you are here, you are there, you are just about everywhere. But you're like Ace of Wands, I like it. I'm here by choice. I love it. You love it. Your efforts touch the community, other people's lives. You're an active participant in it. Perhaps you're in a heightened state of activity now, but it's all good. It's all gravy, right? Ace of Wands. Okay, it looks like it's in a good speed for you. It still kind of ignites you to this day and still inspires you to this day. Cool. I like your background. That's solid as heck. Love it. We're going to jump on in here just a wee bit. Now, the Devil, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups. Isn't that interesting how time can shift our perspective like that? There was something in you up until maybe not too long ago. You're like, that's devil business. It's bad. It's no bueno. It's bad, 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 bad. Right? Time has passed a wee bit with the Wheel of Fortune. Something that you hardcore, that's bad. Page of Cups. Maybe not. I don't know what your shift of perspective is. I just know literally enough time has passed between this concept of, well, that's just devil, to Page of Cups. Maybe, is it though? I don't know what's prompting the thought. I just see that your kind of particular conviction towards something, someone, situation, place, circumstance, or perhaps your own particular sense of perspective that this is negative, this is bad, this is negative, bad. Whatever it is, be it an internal devil or an external devil, I don't know. It could be a little bit of both. It could be one. Without clarification, I can't see it. I just know that over time, slowly has shifted your point of view from that's bad to, you know what? Page of Cups. Maybe there was something to this. Maybe there's something to it because you're showing me a kind of very small, but vulnerable sort of open-heartedness towards something that you had written off or chalked up to as very bad a long time ago. For some reason, your point of view of this has shifted, and it's softened quite a bit. I don't know why. You would. Okay? And for some reason, you are reflecting upon this now. Something we always assumed was a bad job, a bad pattern, poorly represented us, or something that we got caught up in. You're like, I don't feel the same way anymore. Literally, I don't feel the same way anymore. It's interesting. I'd actually like to clarify that bit. The devil has made a very interesting appearance here today, and it's coming across this perspective that has shifted over time. Okay? The Emperor, Three of Swords, Ace of Cups. You are showing me empowerment to override this sense of, I could be hurt, and I accept that. The Emperor here, representing empowerment in the positive, says, I'm bigger than that Three of Swords, which is typically the shadows of fears that surround our heart in respect to rejection. In some way, we fear our hearts being hurt or cut. That just because we fear it, again, it's still sword, that means fear of the mind, does not mean it's true. It's just what we fear. People fear rejection inherently, very much as human beings. In one way or another, you're saying, I'm bigger than that, and you are. The Emperor's here. Whatever it is that you feel could potentially cut you or hurt you or reject you, you're like, I'm not having it. I'm not convinced by that. Ace of Cups. You're showing me full heart. Perhaps you're open to new love. Perhaps you are open to renewing a cup. Perhaps you are just open to putting yourself out there in some way that says perhaps you could be rejected. But that feeling of you needing to step into power is so much bigger than the possible fear of getting hurt. There's just something about your Ace of Cups that must be put forward. Okay. Whether or not it's related to this particular segment about how much your perspective has shifted and changed over the years regarding a particular sore point with you. It's kind of like you're saying, it wasn't all that much of a devil. Maybe I just didn't know how to feel about it. Maybe I didn't know how to work with it. Maybe the approach or the pattern or something attached to it was all wrong, and I see things differently now. Specifically, I feel things differently now. It's a big shift in perspective from that's devil, that's bad, to, you know what? What could it do? What could it do to me now? I don't know. Show me the fullness of heart. It's actually quite lovely. Let's get some advice for you. I like that you feel secure in your everyday reality. That's fantastic. Well done. You seem to have gotten that down pat. Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and just shake these out. Queen of Pentacles. Your advice, please. Six of Wands. Two of Wands. You're saying part of your self-worth, that this is something that you can understand for yourself because you're already in tune with it as far as I can tell. Part of your self-worth is understanding your own sense of confidence. For fire signs, this is kind of a big deal. And I have to agree with you from that perspective. You're saying I'm comfortable, I'm secure, I look after myself pretty well, I take care of myself, I understand my own value. And in that respect, I have much confidence. Okay, so there's something here where you are showing me, I'm reassuring myself of my truths. This is my known reality. And so long as I can take comfort in this, honestly, I can open up. I like that. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's to the point, and it's honest. And you're right. If you're good with you, you can open up and feel good about it. Okay? Have confidence in who you are. All right. Anything else in here, please? Karmic lesson for some of you regarding this particular situation. And by that I mean perhaps it wasn't done or completely learned until time had passed. There's more yet to be learned even in devil situations, particularly as it relates to our perspective. Okay? Those lessons can take a while to stretch out. All right. Yeah, as I was saying, karmic, there's the balance. Karma, karma, karma. Karma, karma, karma. Karma, karma, karma. The balance, yeah, is something different. That lesson that took shape over time. Something, again, that was written off, outlined in chalk. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. A lesson stretched out over time. Apparently it was something that could be balanced and understood and better incorporated via perspective. Okay? That's all I can say. That's all I really get from this. It's, I would like to know what it is that you're showing me empowerment from. A sense of stuckness. Listen to your intuition. Okay. Man, listen to your intuition. It's stuck thinking or stuck feeling doesn't apply to you anymore. There's something here about incorporating the lesson, and it puts you into a position of no longer fearing what could potentially hurt you because you're too empowered for that. I see you showing love, whatever that is to you. Okay. All right. Big heart right there on the finger. Yeah, right there. Arrow of Sag, and then also the point striking home. Some of you feel like you've been struck by an arrow, struck by love. Cupid's arrow, of course, classically. And then we also have the medallion of Taurus, but it's in the reverse, the initiator. Yeah, and some of you might have some Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting to one, but it's more like you have the power to do this. Okay? All right, very good. Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? What's going on? Show me Sag, please. What's going on? Show me Sagittarius. Show me Sag. Show me Sag, please. Let's do one more. Show me Sag, please. All right. Ace of Wands. You and Leo kicked that right off. Fire signs are feeling themselves. Heck yes. Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, the star. My, oh my, aren't you feeling yourself? Bold as brass and twice the sass. I'm loving it. Two of Pentacles, Five of Wands, strength. Other people aren't. We'll get back to that. Five of Cups. The Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. Man, you're just not taking anybody's bullshit right now. I'm sorry. I just don't know what else to say, honey. You're not taking anyone else's shit right now. You're like, I'm too busy loving me. I love it. Yeah, you're just so beautiful. You're so bold, and not everybody agrees with you, which is unfortunate. And I'm sorry you're receiving so much kickback. What the heck, honey? Because you're like, I'm over here. I'm just feeling good about me. And you are, aren't you? A sexy little thing right there. Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Well, you know, you're glowing. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're so beautiful. I can't look at you. It's intimidating. It's you're just so beautiful. And the star, you're like, I'm living my dream. Thank you. There's that fire. There's that ambition. Don't hold me back because you can't. Okay, you can't hold me down. You can't hold me back. Don't try. Okay, you will get burned. And is it but you're not paying attention to anything else outside your bubble, and that's just amazing. So you're doing what you need to do. for yourself, but also because it feels correct. Your physical health seems to be glowing in terms of you are just taking care of yourself. You have energy, you have inspiration, you have passion, you are ignited, and you're banked with the stars. So as far as I can tell, you're glowing because you're living your dream. You're doing what you need to do to take care of yourself from the inside out. I mean, that's how potent that energy is. It is from the inside out, and that's the best kind of energy we can have, is because everything begins with the self, right? So if you feel good about you on the inside, you're going to start to show it on the outside, and that's what you're trying to do. I just see your energy completely devoted to a dream, a star, a desire that's bigger than you. But when you engage with it, you're alive. You are alive. It's beautiful. Now we get down to this mess. So coming up soon, a lot of people are getting reference to Leo season. I can't say I'm surprised. Is what you call pre-gaming energy and the anticipation of right around the corner. And this is just a brief check-in, 369. It's really not meant to extend beyond a week or so. So 2 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, strength. Yeah, there's going to be some fussiness coming up for you soon. And it does represent what looks like a long-standing issue. I just don't see you wanting to participate in it. You're like, whatever that is, okay, we're going to rain check that, because you don't seem to be interested in parts. You're aware of it, 2 of Pentacles. It's a known issue. It's never had a satisfactory result, as far as I can tell. It's something that's like, it's not something you expect to fix anytime soon. I don't believe that's the case for you, but somebody wants to argue about it, fuss about it, bring up an old argument, and strength, you're like, not now. So again, strength, I always have to point this out to people. It takes as much strength to push something away as it does to pull towards you. It's automatically in tarot given that positive attitude of, I'm strong. Why are you being strong? Why? Okay? Strong to push away or to pull towards you. This is push away. I ain't got time for this. You're like, this argument ain't going nowhere. We've been fussing about this for years. What makes you think it's going to get solved today? So, and I'm sorry, because the attitude around this is that there won't be a quick solution to Pentacles. There won't be. But somebody over here, 5 wants to sit here, or maybe it's a couple of folks wanting to sit there and argue with you about it. You're saying, I don't want to participate in that. No, thank you. I see you declining that argument, and it's another day. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. You know, I see you defending your position. And if it means taking a loss or a hit, you're like, I don't care. And that's pretty intense. So in that respect, of 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, it's not a great combination. Nobody likes to see those two together. It is getting to breaking point, whatever this is. And you're like, I don't care. I'm going to defend my position. I see you holding the line on this particular issue. You said it wasn't going anywhere today. It's not going to go anywhere tomorrow. And there's upsetness surrounding this because you refuse to participate in whatever this is. You won't have it. You're like, I'm not going to encourage the break, but I'm not trying to cause it either. Can I just have a neutral position for now? I don't know why you're in that zone, but you are. You've made a declaration. It could be that this, whatever this is important to other people, other constituents, if you will, family members or friends, but you're saying that's not my priority right now. This is my priority. So I don't know if you're just glowing so much, people want your attention to solve whatever this is now, and you're like, no, I'm too busy living the dream. I suggest you do the same. I don't know. You're kind of showing me I'm trying to maintain a neutral stance right now. I gave you my decision. I'm not trying to encourage the break. I'm not trying to upset you, but I also don't want to participate in this right now. There's something about it that just adds up to being nonsensical if you try to jump in there and fix what looks like an ongoing argument. It's almost like you're saying, not this week, not this month, and if you keep it up, it won't be this season either. You know, stretch it out. We'll go into Virgo season, okay? You can't, I don't know. It's like you keep pressing the point. I'll keep pushing this off. It is something you're pushing off, and the reaction around you is very poor. That's unfortunate. It's angry. It's disappointed. It's hurt, and it's like if we don't solve this, I will continue to be hurt and disappointed to the point of breaking. You're like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but don't expect me to participate right now. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why you've taken the stance that you have. But so you're like, and I'm sorry it upsets you, because someone here is very upset. You're also like, I'm defending my position. Okay, that's a lot of arguing. The stars, I know, I've seen that for you. Your vision, I think that you're focusing on other things right now. Whatever this is, you're like, I understand it's important to you, but it's not important to me at this time. Okay, we're gonna shake these out again. There's about 5 other things I need to do, and none of them are related to this. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, so stop asking me. You're emphasizing healing of importance in respect to your personal self. You're like, I can't be bothered with this stuff. It'll wait. And if you can't trust me on that, it's going to continue to break, all right, but it won't be my fault. It's almost like you're saying, respect that I need to opt out. If it's going to break, then it's going to break, with or without my participation. And if that's the way you want it, then so be it. But right now, I need to focus on you are. The star with the Hermit. You're focusing on the stuff that matters right now. And it's almost like someone else around you is telling you, no, this is important. No, it's important to you. And if it breaks right now, despite the fact I cannot participate in this right now, that's not really on me. I already gave you my answer. So if it needs to fall apart, then it needs to fall apart. Because you're showing me high levels of concentration on other things that are more important to you than whatever this is. And if that is the case, then so be it. Okay. Anything else here, please? This is something that you have been wanting to do for I don't know how long, and it's something that you need to do as well. Facade beliefs. What is this? Present, abundant gratitude. That's okay. Okay. Someone's trying to put up a front of false beliefs, and you're just like, I'm just trying to stay present and focus on my abundance right now. Someone's pushing onto your beliefs of how important this is right now, and it's just not. You seem to know this. Spiritual awakening. You're undergoing something that's just so much more important than the low-level chaos that's surrounding you. I don't know. You're having a spiritual awakening, and you're trying to keep yourself present on what matters and not concern yourself with something that some wild hair somebody got up their ass and says, this is what's important. You're like, no, au contraire. This is what's important. Thank you. Sometimes, honey, people sometimes step the line, and you got to remember to put, I'm sorry, control tactics. That's what I'm saying. Sit here and argue with me about nonsensical bullshit. And you're like, no. It's like they're trying to pick a fight with you as a way to control you or divert your attention from what's important. Like, don't you dare focus on yourself or be successful, because I might have to live up to that, and I don't want to, or I lose sight or focus of you, or you stop paying attention to me, and I can't have that. That's what I'm saying. It feels so low-level and non-constructive, manipulative bullshit to keep you going in something that you're not interested in engaging in. That's enough. At first I was like, maybe Sag, you should give them some attention. And you're like, no, that's the problem. They get too much attention, and it keeps encouraging their bullshit behavior. It's okay. I got you. I don't know why you can't just withdraw from that. This could be some bullshit at work. Who knows? ENR in the heart with the nurse's cap in reverse. This is something that you just don't think is worthy of your healing efforts right now. Yeah. Focus on you. You're undergoing something that's a little bit more personal, a little more brilliant, and for some reason, this person wants to distract the hell out of you and keep you in their world about what they say is important. They don't even believe it. It's just a control tactic. That's enough. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries, please. What's going on? Show me Aries. Goodness me. It's a pretty good deck. This one is the Earth Real Visions Luna, which I referred to Well, when I got it. It's an updated version of the Earthreal Visions, which is very popular, but it still snaps back like it's a fresh deck. It's just now beginning to soften. But yeah, it still has a very hard snap to this day, which is pretty phenomenal. Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Star, Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, okay, Ten of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the World. Yeah. Okay, look, Knight of Swords, Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles. It's like saying I've put time, energy, and effort into a particular construct and I can't see the results or the benefits of it. You've been trying. It's kind of like I've been trying to find the point to maintaining something, some sort of friendship. Perhaps it's a work culture thing. I don't know. But you're saying you can't see yourself in it anymore, particularly any sense of constructive effort. So Three of Pentacles is the first time we see a starting out structure in anything that's buildable. You start there. Commonalities, common ground, common ideas, common work efforts, something. You can call it acquaintanceship, friendship, coworker, whatever. But the idea is that we're connecting, because it's more than one person, over a similar discourse, subject matter, criteria, experience, that kind of thing. So again, any of those things. And you're like, Knight of Swords, I've been taking action towards it. I've been putting thoughts into it, but Christina, I don't really see the productive value in this Eight of Swords. In other words, you're questioning why you do it. So you've kept at it and you've kept at it and you give it bits here and there. Three of Pentacles isn't too demanding, or at least it's not supposed to be. That's the whole point of that. It's easy. It should be common ground and such. But like, I don't think there's much to give to this. I'm not seeing any results from it. I'm taking action towards it. I'm trying to see its purpose, but I still can't see its purpose. Perhaps the production value is off. Perhaps more than one person here is not contributing in the way that you had expected or thought. But it's kind of like I'm kind of confused, and I shouldn't be confused if I'm taking action towards something. So that means you don't have clear results. You got mixed results, and you're wondering about your role and why do you continue to give to this? Because Three of Pentacles should not be that confusing. You can either continue to constructively build something in a situation, place, circumstance, or with a person, or you can't. That's it, right? It shouldn't cause that much confusion. You shouldn't have to doubt your own energy and efforts as well. It should be clearly visible and appreciated, and people wanting more, and you're theirs, or it's not. Mixed results mean no, be it romantic or otherwise. So the Star, Three of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Isn't that better? You get back on whatever it is that's important to you. It's almost like you're saying, well, okay, that was not worth waiting for. But hey, I'm glad I hung in there long enough to learn something, because you did. But the Star, Three of Wands, Eight of Pentacles is almost like you're saying, you know what? I've been waiting to get back to more important things, which is why I'd never advise waiting. So I can understand if you took some energy, set it aside, and tried to cultivate something that perhaps you thought had promise, but there was no clear results. And now you're showing me Three of Wands. Oh, thank God. I'm back in my lane with the Eight of Pentacles. I'm doing stuff that actually is productive. I'm the master of this particular craft. And frankly, the Star, it's more important to me than this anyway, because this had inconclusive results. Whatever it is you were trying to build with someone else. Okay? You tried to make it clear, didn't happen. This is clear to you. This is something you're familiar with, and it feels good to get back into the swing of things. So I see you devoting more of your actual full time, energy, and efforts into something that makes sense to you. You're an old hand at it, and frankly, it means something to you with the Star. So it's looking like you are securing yourself up, and you're putting your full weight into something that has meaning, context, and viability to you in terms of worth and value, so on and so forth. So good stuff. I'm glad that you're back in it. Further down the line, not too far from now, that which you kind of abandoned over here like a poor project, it's going to come back up as a question, and I see you, frankly, thoughtfully declining it. Hey, Aries, you want to try this thing again where there was mixed results? You're like, no, that was it. You're like, this that I got back into, I just got back into it. It feels so good to be productive again and actually have results of my labors again. That's awesome. You know what I hate is futile efforts. I did, because again, you won't really know something works out until you put yourself into it. You did. You were confused by the results. Therefore, ain't shit happen. So the Ten of Swords, Ace of Wands, the World. You're like, however it reapproaches you, hey, Aries, you want to come back over here, work on our team again, our project work, whatever, be a friend, whatever. You're like, no. And you That's it. That's it. You have one word answer to that. Is I'm not laughing at you. It's just so you. That is so Aries. That is such an Aries stamp. You're like, I could do with the Ace of Wands, but ultimately you're like, no. You don't see, you're saying it's too much. It's almost like you're saying, whatever this is, I floated this, and that was the contributive effort. No one else did the same. So now there's an ending here. Hey, Aries, can you put your energy back into this? Because we won't survive. This Three of Pentacles won't survive. It's like, that was the problem. It was supposed to be more than just me. So perhaps the Ten of Swords for the situation is the best. Because if whatever this is can't get by without my effort, then it probably shouldn't be together. It shouldn't work out. It shouldn't be a friendship. It shouldn't be an acquaintanceship. It shouldn't be a project. It's not feasible, so just let it end. I'm over here. I'm good. I'm doing my thing. I suggest you figure out what your thing is, but don't expect me. Because there's that influence. You could put energy into this, but to you it's like a dead project, or just you don't see the benefit of it. You just don't see. So that's the world. You're like, no, but thanks for asking. That is it. So I'm happy to see that you're back over here doing your thing. You're like, oh, finally, Three of Wands. Things get back into a state of normalcy, but whatever the Eight of Pentacles is important to you. So it feels good to be back in that, you know? All right. I got to agree, honey. If a Three of Pentacles is floating by on one person's effort, and we see this and we're confused, because it's not just supposed to be one person's effort, no matter how small it is, clearly the thing needs to exit. You know, one person does not make a team. One person does not make a relationship. And we shouldn't be confused about any of the results. No. Let's get some advice, please. I don't think you need it. Because it seems like everything about this is riding on your energy and the willingness you put into it. And it's like, no. That's not a group project. That's one person doing all the work while 5 people sit on their ass. You know, it's like, nobody needs that. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shake these out. Two of Swords, confusion. Yeah, we've seen that already. What else, please? Nine of Cups, Four of Cups, the King of Wands. You're confused. There's the action element. You're like, I'm taking action. Here you are, King of Wands. I'm taking action. I mean it. I show up sincerely. But I'm confused why nobody here is contributing. Everyone seems to be unhappy. There's supposed to be an emotional value here that says we're all satisfied, and we're not. No one's on the same page. I got it. No one's on the same page. No one knows what the hell they're doing or what the hell they want. You're like, I'm showing up. There's that Knight of Swords. You're like, I'm showing up. I'm doing my thing. I bring my energy into this. But all I get is this confusing mixed results bullshit. It seems like everybody's got an excuse every day. Somebody's always in a bad mood. There's always an excuse, and there's always something we couldn't quote unquote see. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. You are good. You are good. Nobody needs all that, honey. Nobody needs that mixed emotion bullshit. You know? Uh-oh. Tell me why you couldn't live up to your contribution today. Again. Okay. Soulmate, yeah, maybe. I didn't see that, but counsel, therapy. Oh, false beliefs. Okay, false beliefs. Okay, somebody thinks that there is a deeper connection or meaning to this than there actually is. It's a false belief. Honey, you can't fix other people's problems, okay? That's what that is, isn't it? Somebody wants you to fix their problems, and it's just not how it works. You know, and they're putting a lot of attachment to this. It could be a soulmate situation. I'm not convinced of that. I think that's what somebody has convinced themselves this connection is with you in order to justify hanging in there, asking you to be around to solve their problems. And it's just like, oh, but we're so close, Aries, and I know you'll do such a good job. I will, yes. You, however, connections are a two-way street, honey. No. I think you got it. Okay. Some people use that soulmate thing as a false belief to not change. You know, without you, Well, it seems like that needs to be the case unless you work on yourself. You're not someone's life support system, and you're not someone else's success or failure in their work endeavors. If you're a partner, you're a partner. You wouldn't have to question it. We have the letter M. We have the big masculine glasses. Let's see if I can get some contrast. There we go. I always think, I don't know why, they're so cute to me. I don't know why. We have the feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then the very lightness of a touch. And then for some of you, you see a feather on a regular basis. Someone's way too light. Not a deep thinker. I don't know. We have 2 earth medallions here, Virgo as well as Taurus. One being the keyword here being practical, the other one the initiator. All right, Aries, honey. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. Just as a heads up, not just you, all the air signs had fairly problematic, intense, or complicated full moon readings. And mind you, full moon readings, while they can be very in-depth at the emotional side of things, normal, they're still pretty succinct. All the air signs had complicated ones this week, you know? It was interesting. It was interesting. But yeah, just FYI, heads up about next week, yeah? What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius. The Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, the World, okay. King of Pentacles, Temperance, the Hierophant, okay, all right, okay, I got you. Okay, it's gonna be all right, but you know that. King of Cups, 9 of Wands, the Page of Cups, okay. Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the World, you know. I wish I could say that you are entering a new emotional cycle. I see one coming to a close. One that you used to express yourself to freely, comfortably, and with some vulnerability. And it meant a lot to you. I see you rejecting it. That emotional cycle for you is coming to a close, but the Aquarius I'm looking at, you already know that. You stopped expressing yourself romantically, emotionally, vulnerably to this for some time. This Queen of Cups figure, I'm seeing 2 emotional figures, the King and Queen of Cups, but here it's just the heart space, the sincerity of one's feelings and the maturity to back them up. This is how I feel. You know, no takesy-backsies. That particular cycle is coming to an end. Wherever it is your heart space used to flow, whoever used to claim it, whoever used to claim your words, you no longer wish them to claim it, I believe. I don't know how long it took. I'm not doing all that today. Very rarely are things like that abrupt. It takes a long time to shift a heart, its flow, its direction. To say this is closing out for me and I acknowledge it and I see it. You've likely known for some time and sensed it, felt it. Okay. King of Pentacles, Temperance, the Hierophant. There is a strong, strong respect of the self here. We are committing to healing our own particular self. It's done so in a way that's practical and very claiming of one's self-worth. So someone's saying, this is what's best for me, and I stand by that. And I'm very like to believe it. So someone here is committing to their health, their healing, and their overall sense of personhood via their worth. Okay. It's actually admirable. That tells me not only do we see this for what it is, we're prepared to make ourselves better and stronger for it. To really learn a lot. And more than that, get back to a central focus, gravity of self, one's worth, like I said specifically. But a commitment to one's personal healing is very high. So Temperance and the Hierophant, and that's beautiful. That's a beautiful combination. I think that you have been meaning to feel this way about yourself for some time. Okay, to get really back in touch with you, your grounding principles, but to kind of take pride in who you are and remember who you are and stand more by yourself. Everything begins with the self, including commitment. So you're showing me a high level of commitment to the self, which I said is admirable. You're saying this is what's best for you and you won't go back on it. I see that as evidence down here. You know what's funny? even though your heart flow towards that Queen of Cups is no longer there, you're showing me King of Cups. It's almost like you're reclaiming your heart. It's fuller now, or it will, will be in future than compared to where you left it. And that's the benefit to really committing to the healing. You understand who you are and what you're worth. There's really no going back on that. And that includes where our heart space will flow and where it will not. So you're saying I still have a huge heart, just not for you. And I'll tell you why. They're not quite giving up at the emotional level. It's a little guy, Page of Cups, and Nine of Wands. I see you putting a barrier up between what you feel, which is quite a bit. Again, the benefits of advanced committing to healing in the self and what's best for me, right? And I've discussed that recently myself. That's what it is to commit to the self and to understand what one's worth and value is, etc. And you can afford the fullness of heart because you're secure in who you are. And I see you putting a Nine of Wands up, a barrier between that beautiful heart of yours and something that you will not allow to cross that particular barrier. So whatever it is that you no longer flow to, I believe they're going to try, and it doesn't seem obnoxious, it's very small, to make amends, to make peace. Maybe just to reach out and test the waters and see where things are, I believe. And you're saying no. But you mean it. And I don't think it's done with cruelty. I think it's like your way of saying my heart can't go back there. It's full, but just not for you. Okay? So, this is quite beautiful. I love this. This is lovely. I rely on this. I think you should too. It's going to put you into some very good places in future. Okay? I don't know where your next journey is. You're kind of showing me the closing out process here and how you will be protecting your heart from the same influence for that which you were leaving behind, which, again, I'm seeing that as a very delicate reaching out, just testing the waters, see if you still feel the same, and the answer seems to be yes. I don't know what happened here, that they lost your love and your flow towards them, your vulnerability towards them. I don't know. Okay? These two typically harmonize. Okay? But you didn't show me that towards them. You showed me how you no longer harmonize with them at the emotional level. Okay? Let's go ahead and check some of these out. Let's get some advice, please, for Aquarius. Show me that. Okay, the Eight of Wands tried to pop out. Three of Swords, Six of Wands. What else, please? And there's that Eight of Wands that did want to come out. Okay. There it is. It's an uncomfortable conversation. It requires rejection. But there's something here about a vote of no confidence, if you will. So there's this idea of I'm communicating with you, I'm talking to you, and I feel good about what I need to do, but it does require me giving you some hard truths. And while nobody likes to be on the receiving end of rejection, never mind prompt that particular conversation. Realistically, it has to be done. Okay? It looks like that's more of immediate energy that's coming up. Okay? Perhaps you might have just recently had this conversation. It's very fresh, but when you were delivering it, there was a note in it that said, I no longer have confidence, and pointing my energies at you. But you speaking the words alone gave you more confidence personally. In other words, it was correct. Okay. All right. Anything else in here, please? Ten of Cups, emotional harmony, Two of Cups. What about it? The stars. You have a bigger dream and desire in you that's a little further out. Like I said, this is going to take you places right here. And I think this is where it's going to be taking you in future. A star, a more far-reaching vision of emotional harmony between two people. And then also in the greater scheme of things, such as family. We want more, much more for the self. This is between you and I at the intimate level. And then this is how you and I balance and harmonize in the greater scheme of things that we would call family. Our emotional circle, very close friends, this kind of thing. We have a bigger... So you're showing me a twofold system of love here. It can't just be more than you and I. It has to mean something long-term and further out as well. Okay. So that means there was a missing component in here. There might have been a direct emotional union, but perhaps it stopped harmonizing in the greater scheme of things. I'm not sure. But it's a very specific vision, and it's beautiful. Okay? I think that's what you dream of. Karmic partner. Yeah, it was a lesson, honey. We can't, karmic partner, you know, it's typically lesson learned, but we had to learn it the hard way, committing to it, putting life into it. It felt good at the time. So these things are never a wasted experience, ever. We always learn something from them, specifically when it comes to our dreams and our visions about what we want to see the next time. And there is a next time for you. But it took a karmic partner to understand that. So it's not without value, and it's not a loss, okay? We can't ever see it that way. Otherwise, that's when we truly fail, and our visions are for naught. We take from this what we need to take from this, learn from it what we need to learn. And it goes to just think of that. I don't think you ghosted this situation. I think it's an active conversation I've seen. But it's more like your heart space vanished for this some time ago, I believe. And I think you extracted from this connection what it is you needed to extract it from it. Okay. All right. It gave you something, in other words. No, it's not an empty-handed thing. It's never empty-handed. Okay? We have, again, the medallion. I think I've pulled Taurus for just about everybody. Well, almost everybody, but there's the medallion of Taurus face up. So you might have some very bold Taurus in your chart, or it could be connecting to one. We have the letter E. We have the lotus flower, sign of Scorpio, and then also something that's just beautiful, and it's unfolding brilliantly. And then we have the seashell of Cancer, specifically listening to our emotions, trying to talk to us, and a zombie in the reverse, which is always good, coming out of that sense of stuckness, lack of growth, or feeling just frankly cut off or dead inside, and we don't want to feel that. We're walking away from this. We're walking away from this. We're listening to ourselves for like the first time, and we feel good about what we're hearing. Okay? Aquarius, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Gemini, please. I'm going to tell you what I told Aquarius and what I'm also going to tell Libra. I feel like all the air signs had complicated full moon readings. That doesn't necessarily make them bad, but they were indeed complicated. Now, the full moon readings, don't get me wrong, you really get to have an emotional depth in there. That's one of the benefits to doing them. But you guys, all the air signs, excuse me, showed me a certain level of complexity compared to, say, the other 9 collectives. So that was something. But just FYI, all right? In case you're not in the mood for complexity, you skip it. That's fine. What's going on? Or check your other placements. Who knows? Maybe give it a shot. It's up to you. Free tarot, free will. Okay? All tarots at will. Show me Gemini. Show me Gemini, please. Ten of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Been working so hard. And there's an element of pain in you. Okay. And there it is again. 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords, Knights of Wands. You don't know what you want to do about it. You just know that you want to feel better. Page of Pentacles, a 3 of Swords, the Fool. Okay. 10 of Swords, it's kind of like you're saying your 3D world is on point. It's fine. It's perfectly secure. Okay, we seem to have a secure financial flow and even a certain level of wealth and freedom attached to it in our comfort zone. And by that I mean you get to pick and choose what you do with your coin. You can save it up, you can spend it. That seems to be at your disposal, which is good. Congratulations, that's wonderful. It makes me happy when people show me security at home, financially otherwise, but there's a sore point here with the 10 of Swords. A sore point. I don't know if it's necessarily an ending, but there's a sore point here in that comfort zone that makes your comfort zone feel less than comfortable. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm secure. Yeah, I have some financial security, but I'm bummed out. I'm down. And it's like, money doesn't guarantee happiness. And I agree, it doesn't. You're saying I could do things if I wanted to do things. But it's almost like you're at a loss for word for what's going on. So let's take a look at you. 5 of Cups. 2 of Swords, and then the Knight of Wands. That's sadness, and then you're confused about why you're sad. There's a longing in you. I know you want to feel better with the Knight of Wands, but it's kind of like you're saying, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to fix this feeling inside me that says I'm sad and I'm disconnected, and you're like, it sucks because I have resources. I could do things if I wanted to, but there's this pull on me that says I'm bummed out and I'm down, and I don't fully understand why. The world could be my oyster if I wanted. So how come I don't feel it that way? I want some energy influx. I want something just to snap me out of it, to give me some inspiration, something. So I would be more interested in clarifying those pain elements so I can get a better idea of where it's coming from, because you're saying it's not your sense of security. You're saying that part's fine, I believe. You're saying it's more on the personal side. You've been down, you've been bummed out, and you don't really know why. And without clarification, I admit I can only see so much. But Page of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, the Fool, in some small way. I see you taking risks despite whatever pain there is. Anything to generate some activity in you that gives you a spark, that gives you a feeling of freedom, that gives you a sense of movement outside of these emotions. In other words, generate new activity. You're going to start investing little things here and there. Page of Pentacles is not a lot, especially when you feel a little bit down about a little bit everything. But it might be enough for you to start generating that Fool energy. Open up a little more, because you're searching for something. You're searching for something other than negative emotions to kind of pull you out of it, to get you out of your head, to get you out of your heart. So I'm going to side with you on that. I want you, in some small measurable ways, this is me talking, to follow that inclination. No matter how small or stupid you think it is, or there's probably not a point, I want you to do those things. Just a little bit here and there. It might pull you out of this. I don't know what this funk is about. You're confused by it too. Okay. And it's almost like you're saying, by all rights, I have no reason to be down, but I am. Sometimes life is like that. Sometimes we do need to make small investments to jolt us out of this, because I do feel every now and again this comes up for you. And just for the Gemini I'm looking at, you're not unfamiliar with this energy. You're not unfamiliar with this particular blanket that drops over you. You just don't know where it comes from. So I want you to do some small things here and there just for you that would be of no other importance to anyone except you, to see if you can generate some new activity to jolt you out of it a little bit. That might help. Okay, let's get some advice for you. I would like to see in further detail about what's going on. There's some discouraging energy around you. I can't quite see it. That discourages you from doing little things here and there for yourself. I want you to do the opposite of that. I don't know what that is. It's like overly cautious. It's overly cautious, but then Gemini doesn't get to feel like Gemini. So I kind of want you, if you do little investments here and there that might be considered risky, just keep them to yourself, please. There's just something about it that I have the feeling that your security is attached to someone else of, say, your influence, and I feel like you're constantly discouraged from doing anything fun, adventurous, or even requires a bit of microscopic investment in terms of time, energy, and effort. And it's kind of like, well, that's your wealth too. So I don't, you see what I'm saying? It feels a little suppressive surrounding you, and I think you're used to it. But oh my goodness, I mean, a Page of Pentacles is nothing. If you have any ideas, keep them to yourself. Okay? Just keep them to yourself. I feel like there's an influence here that's a little bit more on the suffocating side, and I'm sure it means well, but it kind of suppresses who you are a little bit. And if you were this kind of detached and emotionally upset, and they knew that, they might have a better respect for what you're going through. See, that's what I'm saying. Manifesting. The Magician with the Nine of Cups. You've been wanting to feel better about yourself for a long time. You want to pull in more for yourself. And there comes the grounding principles. But there's always confusion about what you can do and when you can do it. It's a long-standing issue. There's some sort of influence in here that's very permission heavy. And they're not used to giving permission. It does feel a little suffocating, like you never get to do what you want to do, but it's like in a low-level way, and that would explain why you low-level don't feel great every day. I mean, you don't have to be all that all the time every day, but it would be happy if more or less you felt good about yourself every day, and that's all you really want is a little bit more to you, personal side, Nine of Cups, a little more consideration for what constitutes your wish fulfillment, and then what kicks in reality, but the budget, and I don't know if we have the time for that. You know what? That's what I'm saying. Keep some of these ideas to yourself, please. Let's see how you do when you can make some of your own decisions, okay? It's a Page of Pentacles, guys. You know what? Do yourself a favor. This is what I want you to do. Randomly stop somewhere and what would be like a treat for me? You know what? I'm going to stop here. I've never been to this cafe before. I'm going to try their whatever crazy mocha thing with a ton of whipped cream on it. Why not? Let's have some fun. Okay? It's how many calories. You know what? I'll work that off later. Okay. That's me. Duh, you don't need anybody's permission to do that. I'm saying find some small things for you without asking someone if it's okay, because I think that's part of what's making you miserable. But like everyday low level can't quite identify it miserable. Give yourself some breathing space. Sorry, you're a grown Gemini. Drop a Page of Pentacles on yourself here and there. Have those moments. Treat yourself to those little moments without the influence, because that's here, and it's like a wet blanket. The thing is, it's always wet, and it never dries out. I'm just saying. That's what I'm feeling here today. So that's part of what makes Sassy sassy, is the sarcasm. We have the letters E and V, and I'm telling you guys, do you see how many charms are in here? Do you see? Okay. And okay, I swirl and twirl and everything else, and I have pulled for so many Taurus's medallion, either upside or in its upright. And here it is again. Okay? So some of you have Taurus in your chart, or you're connecting to one. What's going on? What's going on? We have the letters E, V, W, and the seashell in reverse. We're not listening to ourselves. It's because we're manifesting more personal, feel-good energy for ourselves, and wish fulfillment doesn't mean we're in tune with our emotions. In fact, a lot of people who get to that point of manifesting a Nine of Cups means you're not hearing yourself or hearing your emotions, and you just want something. Okay, we have the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. It's always about work, time, energy, form, function. Yeah, well, there's something to be said about stopping and treating yourself and enjoying the moment without anyone else's input or permission. Okay. We have the crescent moon with the star. Okay, the next crescent moon could be of interest, and for some of you, it's just like the littlest wish. It's just a little more freedom. Yeah, I would say so. Okay. Anything else in here, please? It feels a little too suppressive for me. I don't know. There should not be that much. Well, I'm secure, but wouldn't know it. I don't feel great about myself. A little bit of transformation here, Lyra. It's nothing crazy. Pluto transformation. A little bit of transformative thinking and acting on your part for yourself. Again, minus anyone else's influence, thought, or opinions on the subject. Just do a couple things for yourself here and there the way you want to, as you would. Fate, detours, divine intervention. You do yourself a favor. Okay, you might surprise yourself. Avoidance and stalemate. Yeah, I have to agree. There's just no point in bringing it up. It would be everything's catastrophic here. Like, if you do this, Gemini, it'll be catastrophic, and oh my God, it's just transform for yourself just a wee bit. Break up your own routine. Okay? Do what you need to do to feel better about you, is my point. Okay? I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra, please. By the way, I'm going to say the same thing to you I did Aquarius and Gemini. For some reason, the air signs had complex readings for the full moon reads. You know, the full moon readings really typically center around deeper emotions, not so much mental and 3D conflict. So it was interesting. It's not necessarily that it's bad, but it was complex, you know? So, just an FYI. What's going on, please? Show me Libra. Show me Libra. Show me Libra. Ready, Roo? Six of Cups, Ace of Wands, Five of Wands. Okay. The Magician, Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Okay. Seven of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Okay. Okay. We do have kind of a rough insistence that we can work it out. It's Six of Cups, Ace of Wands. So I don't know who that is to you guys. We can't automatically assume the Six of Cups is romantic. It could be someone you've just known for a long time. It has that unique emotional undercurrent where there's things just known or felt between you two without necessarily using words. And then also has a great deal of memory attached to it. Ace of Wands is kind of like, I'm determined to connect with you. Five of Wands. But what we're trying to do is show more positivity as opposed to negativity. So optimism, hope, light of path, inspiration, maybe passion. I don't know. But the Five of Wands here, it's like we're gonna work things out. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna put on our happy faces, and we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna do it. You know, I feel good about this. I hope you do too. Can we stop arguing? Can we stop arguing? Can we stop arguing? Can we stop? Let's not argue. Let's not argue. Let's show each other our happy faces. Let's practice. So it's kind of like that. It means well. I'm all for it. There's a little bit of tension in there. I don't know how bad it is, but again, the idea is the positive frequency is higher than the negative one. That's the main takeaway. And we all have tiffs with people from time to time, no matter how close or far apart. It's inevitable, okay? And if two people really want to work things out, no matter what they are to you in terms of the relationship value, they will. That's just how it works, you know? The Magician, Three of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. There you go. We are resting on this. The Magician is here. You're saying politely, nothing too crazy. You're kind of assessing quietly what you can put into this, and you more or less hope that they will do the same. So this is you pulling yourself aside and realistically looking at the time, energy, and effort you can put into this. And you're kind of like, I'm aiming towards a structure that says friendship, okay? And you mean it. You mean it. You know, the Four of Swords said you've thought about it, you've rested on it, you've healed over it. You're like, if we can maintain a friendship, okay, I'm cool with that. And it does look like something you're legitimate. I mean, when people say, I can propose a friendship and they don't mean it, it shows almost automatically via conflict. You're like, no, I've rested on this. I can offer this real authentic friendship and mean it, the Magician. Okay? So here's the significance of this connection at the emotional and spiritual level. And here's how you more or less plan to give it structure in the 3D. I apologize. So for those of you who hate the sound of sipping, it's that time. All right? Yeah. So I think you're not offering friendship here because you don't mean it. It's because you really do. You're saying in terms of structure, this is what I'd like to do. Now, Seven of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Over here, there is this sense of, this is hard, but I'm going to do it. And you feel good about it. Okay? And you do feel good about it. There's something about this that suggests it's not easy for you, but you're going to do it. And there's a burden here, and I hate saying that. I do, but there's also this need to suppress it with the Seven of Wands. So we're going to suppress this desire to block or to consider it a burden. You're like, no, I'm going to keep it positive. I'm going to keep it positive. I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep the energy good between us, and I want to. Okay, so I don't know why it gets this heavy. I don't. But here we have the suppression of that sense of heaviness. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to make that the concentration or focus. I want to show by a kind of shining example that I can stand up for this and mean it. Okay? So I don't know what this is to you. You didn't really show me on the fact that it's a personal connection, how you're willing to frame it in reality, and why sometimes it gets hard. But you're still willing to put on a strong face for this, or a brave face, or an inspired face, a hopeful face, that kind of thing, okay? So you're showing this a lot of cheery goodwill, despite the fact that sometimes you have an instinct to just, this is too heavy, block it. You're like, nope, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. Temperance. The Hermit tried to pop out. That's fine. I got it. Healing. Very good. No. Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords. Your heart has settled upon a particular truth. And you're saying because you understand your truth, that no matter how difficult this gets, it's worth it to you. And so long as that's true, and that's pretty much what I've seen here today, you understand and recognize the spiritual and emotional significance of this connection to you, how you're going to frame it in reality, and how it is that you're kind of more or less willing to navigate your own particular energy and or angst around this particular subject, because you're saying you, at your heart, understand what this means to you. Okay? So you're willing to not just fight for it in some way that's measurable, but because you love yourself. And you're saying this is important to you. You understand that. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be doing this at all, to be honest. Okay? The fact that you're standing up for this and you're saying you equate it to standing up for yourself and how you feel about it suggests that it's correct for you, even though it gets difficult. Okay? So I applaud you for that. And that's very wonderful, actually. Okay? It's almost like you're saying, I will not allow the heaviness to show. Okay. Family, home, commitment. Yeah. This is someone who represents that space of we want them in our lives. It may not be a significant other and spouse. It may be that someone that when it's like the Ten of Cups value right here. When we look out upon the world and we see them, we want to know that they're there. Okay. And perhaps that's all you really know about this. A sense of nurturing and compassion for yourself and for the other. Yeah, I know. And there's something here about being closed off and guarded that you're resisting that. There's something here about resisting that, okay? That sense of heaviness and that need to perhaps block if it gets too hard. You're saying you won't do it. It's easy. So, I don't know. This is really what it comes down to, knowing your truth about how your heart feels on the subject and your willingness to heal it is really speaking volumes to you today. So this is what I tell people all the time. Understand your truth. Okay? Understand your truth mentally, understand your truth emotionally, and then you get to understand, okay, what's important and what's not. You're saying this is important to you. And that you understand sometimes it gets heavy. But you want to nurture this. In some way, you want to nurture this. Okay? All right. We have the medallion of Leo in reverse. The key word here being generous, the letter T. We have the infinity loop. It could be that soul bond energy, and it could be that August is important. The letter T, I already said that, sorry. We have the Pegasus. That is the representation of the masculine pride and or sense of freedom to pursue one's own destiny. And then we also have the medallion here of the child. The children could be involved, or we could be talking about some sort of dependent. Okay. Libra, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, honey. First of all, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Okay, so just to let you know, if you're not familiar, I typically take a break between yours and Libras. I mean, why would you? They're all edit points in between messages, but there's a little incident. Now, it was just a simple knock, knock, knock on the door. I'm like, oh, here we go. So I live knee-deep in suburbia. It's like super suburbia. And I highly advise that if you're like me and you live in that kind of neighborhood, that you get a sticker, a plaque, a something that clearly says no solicitation, okay? Because it's frequent. You will get hit all the time without it, okay? And if you don't want to spend a bunch of time, energy, and effort declining whatever it is someone's trying to solicit, be it a product, a service, or a religion, because I get all three, then you get one of those. Save yourself a lot of time. But every now and again, there's that one person. They got to sell that product. They got to sell that philosophy. And they're like, you know what? I see the plaque and you can't miss mine. We see the plaque. And you know what? I have decided in my wisdom that I am the exception, not the rule. Yeah, that's what's up. So we got the little knock, knock, knock. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Now, I'm pretty polite when someone defies the plaque. You know, typically, hi, how you doing? And before they open their mouth and whatever comes out, right there. Oh, okay, I missed it. Did you? Did you, though? Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. I'm happy to point that out to you. And that typically ends whatever it is. Okay? And that's what I more or less expected to go down. It's when I opened the door, I got hit with the Popeye. Now, I'm over here practicing my spiritual beliefs. They're not religious beliefs, they're spiritual beliefs. Okay? Tarot is a tool. And I look the way I look. That's just how it is. I'm comfortable with my dress, my presentation, my body. I'm 43. I don't care. Okay? This is what I like to do. I guess it's just not what people expect when you open the door. Because I got the Popeye, is what I call the Popeye, is when someone doesn't expect a certain kind of presentation, especially when you're opening the door. Poor man dropped his materials. He lost his train of thought. He was trying to talk to me about Jehovah's Witness today, and I'm like, no, thank you, sir. Is there anything else I can help you with today? No. You have a good day. And then, oh boy. But it's like, you know, Taurus, honey, I didn't ask for that. I made my intentions very clear. I said no solicitation, you know, be it a product, a philosophy, a service idea, or a religion, it's still solicitation. If you're trying to sell me on one of those things, it's still solicitation. Hence the plaque. Mind the plaque. It's kind of like, you know, you set yourself up for failure on that one, buddy. And you kind of embarrassed yourself too. So maybe stop thinking you're the exception. You're the rule. It's always the rule. I feel kind of bad, but no, I didn't. You know, I shouldn't. It's just one of those moments. It's just when it just happened. And I was like, do I feel bad about that? Really, though? There you go. And that's life. Welcome to Sassy Scorpion Tarot. Hi, my name's Christina. If you're new to the channel, I'm a little different and happy to be. So these things happen in the neighborhood all the time, honey. You wouldn't think suburbia is that, but it is, or it can be. You know, typically it's lawnmowers and people who get really intense about their tree service, fence repair. But every now and again, you get that one solicitor where you just have that weird interaction with. Anyway, I'm sorry. Taurus, honey, I'm sorry. All right, let's get cracking. It just happened because when the eyes pop like that and the exaggeration and we're dropping things, it's like, honey, calm down. Okay, why don't you try next door? They're Christian as far as I know, but they're also elderly, so they might actually listen to you for a minute. Okay, I feel like you need a win after this. I'm not trying to be mean. He set himself up for it. Honey, it's not my fault that you chose not to read and apply it to you. Okay? Seriously. What's going on, please? What's going on? That person failed to resonate with a very simple message. What's going on, please? Show me, Taurus. Oh, I know. There you go. What's going on? Show me, Taurus, please. So, show me, Taurus, please. What's going on? The Empress. Yes, you are. Temperance. Good. Page of Pentacles. Good job, honey. Stay there. All right, let's keep on. 2 of Wands. 3 of Swords. Justice. Okay. 3 of Wands. And the 6 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I like your opening. That's beautiful. I want you to stay in that energy. I want you to devote even more time and energy and effort to this. I see that you engage in it sometimes, but it's kind of infrequent. I would really like you to amplify that Page of Pentacles. into more temperance in the Empress for yourself. That's beautiful. This is one of your power cards. Of course, you share that with Libra respectively, as you're both ruled by Venus. And you might have some Sag in your chart. That's not the point. That's a beautiful combination of, I need to focus on me, and I need to work on me, particularly my inner healing, and how it applies to me as a person overall comprehensively, so I can stay in tune with my own sense of empowerment, skill, ability, and sense of self-worth above all. You have been investing in this, but it's kind of at the small level. Okay, so I know that when you're in tune with it, it feels good. Okay, it feels good, and I want you to really amplify that. I really want you to dig in there and invest more of this, okay? Because it will make these other things feel less difficult. Okay, when you have a stronger understanding of who you are, this kind of stuff doesn't matter so much. So let's talk about that. Two of Wands, Three of Swords, Justice. I see you in a very small way, but contemplating, can you correct something? Okay, now Three of Swords is some sort of heart pain here for you. It's a little twisted and it cuts. I don't know how deeply it cuts. I'd have to clarify that, but we're not doing that today. And if I do that for you, anarchy. Okay, I'll never hear the end of it. But here's a sense of justice here in the heart space. You feel inherently on the inside that there's something you could balance, but you have to decide upon it with the Two of Wands. And this is with you currently. Okay, it's something that you would feel you could do, and it might even be good for you, but you don't know. It's one of those things. I haven't made up my mind on the subject. I would like to feel better about a particular situation, specifically myself. I feel like I can, but I'm not convinced. That's why I'm saying, Page of Pentacles, I'd like you to amplify that, even if it's to your Knights of Pentacles, something, okay? Because when you really invest in yourself, these kind of decisions get easier and easier to make, and you get less hung up on them. And that's kind of a hangback here. We have the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. When you know something's right for you to correct for yourself first, and then possibly outside of you in another given situation, you won't hesitate as much when you know who you are, what you're about, and what it is you can do. Okay, so that's why I would tell you or advise you to lean more into healing yourself and understanding your own particular levels of empowerment, because this will get easier. Okay, I feel like this would be a super simple decision for you to make, but you hesitate. It's something that you feel you could fix within yourself first, and then possibly outside of you, because you are looking at an external situation. Let's jump on down there. Three of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. There it is again. Should I or should I not try to fix something? It's within your realm of possibilities to do so. So not only are you showing that to me at the spiritual level, not only would this possibly create a soothing effect for your own particular soul, your own particular heart, whatever's been hurt, okay? It would also show externally, and I say this to people all the time, everything begins with the self. So the more we put work into ourselves internally, answers tend to unfold for us in the outer world in the 3D. One tends to affect the other. I would encourage you to lean into this, because I'm not worried about the skill piece. The pentacle thing for you, there's the proposition here of, can I balance this? But I'm still waiting. Or you're waiting on yourself. Okay. This is you waiting on yourself, understanding if mechanically at the 3D level you can fix something or balance it. The answer is yes. That's not why I'm hesitating. I don't think that's why you're hesitating. I think this is over here. Are you convinced that this would help you feel more balanced? You don't seem to be convinced of that piece. Everything else for a Taurus, that pentacle, it's nothing to you, honestly. If you want to put time, energy, and effort into situation, place, circumstance, or person to fix it, balance it, etc., you can, you will. That's a no-brainer for me, and that should be a no-brainer for you. I think the real question here is, I have an idea that I could create more balance for myself on the inside by approaching this, but I'm not convinced. I think the answer here is yes, but you have to know it. Me, the tarot lady, my opinion doesn't mean much at the end of the day. You have to know it and arrive to that conclusion yourself. So back to my original point, put more into you and you will absolutely have a definitive answer. Okay? You won't have to hesitate. And the thing is, the decision's before you now, and it's not so spread out that you're showing me the passage of time. Okay? But you are still hesitating. Should I? If it benefits you in a way that soothes you and can give you a sense of peace, then yes. Okay? But if you really cannot see yourself in this in terms of creating peace for yourself or the situation, and if you really think it takes away from your sense of empowerment, then your answer is no. Okay? That's it. All right. You didn't really show me what it is, except how, on the mechanic side of things, it's possible. Okay? 3D. It's your internal process that's kind of hanging the thing up. So you have to know what's right for you, all right? If it gives you peace and a sense of balance, then I'm all for it, okay? Let's get some advice, please, for Taurus. Four of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man. Okay, so we've already done some time hanging back anyway with the Hanged Man. So the decision's with you now, but you still haven't arrived to it. You've already showed me a past orientation of being suspended. Okay, so there's some sort of relationship energy here that we still feel strongly about with the Ace of Wands, a sense of renewed hope, passion, inspiration, you name it, positive markers. And you're like, is it though? Hanged Man. So you've already done your time in a suspended state, so the decision's with you in present day. It's kind of like you're saying, come on, Taurus, let's make a decision. We can do this. And yes, you can. That's what I'm saying. Up the ante, honey. Put more into yourself. You will have an absolute answer, one that you can feel good about and stand behind. Am I worried about the 3D in this? Not so much. Not really. You're an old hand at that. You got that. You need to know that this is good for you to make the decision. That's it. That's it. And I can't tell you that. That's something you have to figure out for yourself. But I think you're very, very close. The advice here is that you've... Sorry about that, getting back to your advice. Spirit's kind of like saying, you've already thought about it. And you also already know how you feel about it, so... You know? There's only so much hanging back can do. But you're like, I don't know about the confidence bees. I'm not sure about this. Is that hesitation? I want you to go with instinct, not the back and forth, tit for tat about thoughts and trying to talk yourself in and out of, which is never a good idea. What do you feel instinctually about this? Take the 3D out of it, take the mechanics out of it, take the he said, she said out of it. What do you feel instinctually? Some of you have some very prominent fire in you that has already given you a very solid base for how you feel about it. But then you talk yourself out of it. And for some reason, the delay has caught up to you now. Well, for some reason, you feel like there's more of a weight on this than there had been prior to. So, get to it, Taurus, honey. Sort it. You know? Would this heal you in some way and give you a sense of peace and balance? If the answer is yes, go for it and mean it. If the answer is no, then it's a no. Okay? Yeah, I see the... Here's what could remain, the Five of Pentacles, and here's what could be. I don't think you're worried about the guarantee of results, honey. I know you. If you want to put yourself into something, you will. No. No. This is the real question. This is the real gig. You already know how you feel about it, and you already have an idea of the structure externally. This is the piece right here. You put more into you, you will have the answer here. Okay? Anything else in here, please? They just told me to look at the bottom of the deck, and I did. There it is. Okay. Speak your truth. I think you already have your answer. It's like you're looking for confirmation. You're looking out on the horizon, honey. Speak your truth. That's all any of us can do. Okay? I know you prize stability. Can this flow? Can this be harmonized? Speak your truth and find out. Okay? But I think, again, you strongly suspect that. This goes outside of you. So everything begins with yourself. You get on board that this could be good for you, and it will flow outwards to an external someone else. Okay? As we've seen. That pentacle didn't show up for no reason. Okay? Anything else in here? No. Self-love. There you go. Show yourself more love. You'll have your answer. Okay? Alrighty. We have the letter F, the medallion of the small dog, a very small dog, like a, Scotty, Yorkie Terrier, that kind of thing. Confirmation for some of you. Wear the crown. Don't forget that. The Empress is here. Okay? Wear your crown. Put it on. Make sure it's straight. Good to go. Dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag, absolutely. And then that sense of passion and then frustration and commanding energy and wanting to take charge, initiative, this kind of thing. We have the big star in reverse. Sometimes we don't always know what we want, okay? And then Gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag again, and then also for some of you, just confirmation of a gecko that perhaps is sight unseen, moving fast, that kind of thing, okay? There is something about that, about this is coming up now. Even though we've had time to contemplate it at our own leisure with the Hangman, there's something about this that's coming forward now as a decision. And honestly, it looks like a very manageable decision, if I'm being honest with you. But that's up to you. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Virgo, please. What's going on? Show me Virgo. Show me Virgo. What's going on, please, for Virgo? Show me Virgo. Alrighty. Ten of Wands, King of Cups, Five of Wands. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's way too much tension. King of Swords, Two of Swords, Death. Okay. Okay. Somebody somewhere made a decision. Judgment, Page of Swords, and Chariot. Question is, what's next? I got you. Things have become really unbearable. And by that I mean, ooh, no. No, 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 no. Ten of Wands, Five of Wands. There's fighting, and it adds to the burden. Fighting, and it adds to the burden. And it sucks because that's what the King of Cups doesn't want to feel. Emotionally, you feel correct in the justification of arguing and kind of standing your ground, but you feel the weight of it and the kind of toll it's taking. Okay, so I know that you feel frustrated, and you're participating in the frustration, and the weight is taking a toll on you. In other words, that's not where your heart space wants to be. You are entitled to be angry and frustrated, okay? But it's not a way of life. It's not intended to be. All right? Your feelings are real and valid. That includes the negative ones too, especially the negative ones. But we don't want to give to it any more than we already have, okay? Because the King of Cups ultimately doesn't want to live off that negativity. Ultimately, he wants to experience what's good to the fullness of his heart. So while I know that you are angry here and you mean it, okay, it's a weight that doesn't lighten. I see you emotionally caught up in something that is present day very frustrating. Hopefully it's not chaotic. I just see that it's long-standing and it's taking a toll across your heart. And that King of Cups is getting a little too comfortable carrying all that heavy, angry weight and tension. And I know it takes two. Just be aware. I'll know you're angry. Okay. But it's not worth being in that way every day. Not enough that it's created a burden. Ten of Wands, no. Somehow your heart space got a little too comfortable with this. And it's no good. We don't want that. We acknowledge this mentally, intellectually. King of Swords is kind of like saying, okay, whatever this frustration argument is, it's long-standing and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So let's switch modalities, and you do, and that's good. That's coming up for you. King of Swords, Two of Swords. There's something here that the confusion will not lessen. The anger, frustration, and pain will not stop. So you are arriving to an intellectual conclusion. This is literally a definition of head over heart. Your heart, sometimes you get caught up in argument and you want to stay there because you feel vindicated, or you're giving tit for tat, or because that's how angry and pissed off everyone is, and you have become similar. You get caught up in that. I don't think that's where you want to be. And someone, I believe it's you, finally put the hard hat on and says, enough is enough. This is nonsense. This is not a way to live. I'm smart. I know better. This is stupid. Why am I getting caught up in this? It never gets better. In fact, I just get angrier here in this situation. So whatever that is. But that's a lot of kickback. But your heart got used to it. It's almost like you're saying you learned to live with this fight, that you learned to equate it with love. So hopefully it didn't lend itself to a place of perpetual or perpetuating toxicity. I don't know. That's enough. King of Cups, like I said, ultimately doesn't want to live and feel like this all day, every day. And King of Swords says, this is enough. This is enough. This is enough. Death. This is enough. Whatever this is it's enough. I've reached my capacity for this bullshit. Okay. Rightfully so. Judgment. Page of Swords. Chariot. Not right away. This is a little further out. When the dust has settled, you will be at that kind of crossroads where what's next? You don't quite know. I just know that when you have settled upon a course of action, you will move forward in your best interest at full speed with the Chariot. Okay? After this death, you will experience a huge kind of spiritual upgrade, but you can't quite see it yet. Why would you? Okay. The awakening, the enlightenment, etc. All that's there. Okay. The arguments stop. And then you show me a force of momentum that is the Chariot, where you wholeheartedly head off in a particular direction of your choosing. But that's at crossroads. You will have other decisions, other junctions in your life that signify the ending of one line or one road and you going to another. Okay? Whatever this is has met its end, and I do believe you will be seeing that for yourself soon. I don't know what it is. Situation, place, circumstance, person, I don't know. I just know that at some point when you realize you're tired of the fight, that it's not love, it's just fighting, that's when you know you're done. Some people confuse that anger and frustration and fighting with love. And I can see where if it's passionate enough, it can feel like that. But that doesn't mean it's love. Sometimes we confuse it with that because the emotions are so intense, guys. Emotions run on a spectrum between extremes. And if you fight with something or someone long enough, it can feel like love. But it's not. Okay? Counsel and therapy. For some of you who have been receiving good counsel, possibly good therapy on this particular subject. Good. Financial loss, karmic lesson. We have a karmic lesson here about loss, perhaps just in the general sense, about connecting ourselves to people who ultimately were not meant to be in our lives for the long term. It's called a parting of ways and acknowledging that whatever this is has concluded. It's run its course. It's not a failure. It's only, anything's ever a failure if we just refuse to learn from it. You learn from it, you're less likely to fail next time. There's always something to be had in these things, always. But do keep in mind, I know some of you are like, I wish I hadn't. And that financial loss could be financial loss, but it all could just be the accumulative effect of time, energy, and effort spent in the real world with this karmic lesson. Okay. There you go. Let's get some advice, please. Queen of Swords, the Hierophant. We have a decision and commitment here. Then Ten of Wands about that burden and how difficult it has been. So here we have the legitimacy of the Hierophant. It always makes me better to see him pop up in one of these more serious situations because he really tends to lend a great deal of authority to this stuff. Don't get me wrong, it can take him forever to stand by a particular subject. It's the yay or nay principle of permission, commitment. Whatever decision we make here, we have to be prepared to stand behind it. So he can wiffle waffle for a long time, but I do know that his decisions tend to be final. So that Queen of Swords, here we have the Hierophant. There it is again, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Some of you have some very prominent air in your chart, or it's just, you know what? Some of you got really skillful at just being determined and intellectual and rational when you needed to be. And it was kind of better than staying in this, right? All feels, all negative, all the time. And that Ten of Wands is there again. You have everything you need to know to make the decision. Okay? We have everything we need to know. And if some of you feel like you're on, I don't know why I'm saying this, if some of you feel like you're on the reverse end of this decision, you already have enough information then. You already know how this is going to go down. Don't ever put yourself in a position where you feel like you're waiting on someone else's decision and everything else in between that is one long fight. You already know what the answer is. I don't know why I said that. I feel like some of you, I'm waiting on you to make a decision about whether or not this is over. No, honey. You already know. You already know. If it got to that point, you already know. I think it's just best to beat it to the punch. Okay, it's just... It's like I'd rather you cut ties with me than just draw something out because you don't quite know. So you'd rather just sit here and argue with me until you figure it out. No, thanks. No. I don't know. There's something about that that says pending results. Either you making the decision or someone else, and I don't like that. If it's gotten to this point, we already know. But we're not listening to ourselves. We have the Seashell of Cancer in reverse. KTH, the medallion of Libra. You could have some very strong Libra in your chart, and as we've seen, some sword action here today. And then also you could be connecting to one. We have the crown here, indication of the Empress, and then also that earth energy, and also that sense of empowerment, the one who wears the crown. And then we have snowflake, the time of winter, of course, transformation, and then also the sign of Scorpio, or perhaps next winter might be interesting for some of you. All right, Virgo, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn, please. Show me Capricorn. What's going on, please, for Capricorn? Okay. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Ten of Swords. Okay. Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. All right. It's okay. Looking like we're trying to rebuild trust here. Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands, Two of Swords. There's the admission of I don't know where this is going, but I'm trying. Okay. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Ten of Swords. Owie. Okay. So that's active work. That seems to be present so far on both sides to repair some damage between yourself and someone else. I don't know who that Two of Cups is to you, okay? It's anyone you have an emotional exchange with that you know you're currently working things through at the Eight of Pentacles level, so that's legit, that's sincere, okay? And we've had an owie with, okay? It's not an ending that I'm seeing right now. It's I recognize that I've hurt you, okay? And you seem to recognize that you've hurt me. So far, we have an equal division, 8 to 10. This is active work to repair some damage between yourself and someone else. Hopefully, you're receiving it, I believe you are, in equal measures. I'm trying to repair, keep myself open. You're doing the same, okay? It's good work. It's good, authentic work. I'm guessing these two still love each other enough to try to obviously work through it, okay? We still have good feeling here. We want to recover that in some way. But it's going to take some trust. Because I see two people here showing me pages. It's hard to open up towards this. Rather, keep the vulnerability open towards this on both sides. Okay. Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups responsibility here is not just the romantic feelings, it's the vulnerability of emotional expression. Again, the Knights are responsible for delivering our stuff outside of ourselves. So these two pages are having a time. They're so small, guys. They're having a time trying to open up and remain vulnerable. So that's telling me trust. I'm leaning into trust issues here. Okay? Because when people are like, I don't know if I can say this to you after what went down, but that's part of the process of working through it. It's not easy. No one ever said it was easy, right? And there's the trust is shaky. Okay? The trust is shaky. The Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands, Two of Swords. This is further out, but you are looking or projecting outwards. I don't know if I'll ever have confidence in this again. I can't see it yet. No, you can't see it. Why would you? You're both rocking pages with a Knight of Cups. You can't see the future with this in confidence yet, and neither can they. So there's a trust here. I don't know if I can trust myself to open up towards you. Here's the thing. The way I'm looking at it, as far as I can tell, both people are an equal contribution here for the repairs, okay? Which is good. That's already a good sign. But for some reason, the trust dial got turned on way low between you two. So while the effort is on the surface where you can both see it, my only concern would be, are you receiving it back in equal? As far as I can tell, the answer is yes, but it's a shaky yes. You both have a hard time wondering just how much of your more vulnerable selves you can put into this. But you're both trying. So here's the rule. The second somebody stops trying or they diminish their own particular experience at the contributive level, they forget, starts to fall off the plate, they get sloppy, then you know what's up. Okay? But if two people can consistently work towards keeping themselves open and show equal, not lesser, but equal effort, okay, and showing up, being sincere, putting their best work into this, then you got something to work with. But if you don't, you don't. Okay? So I can see reasonably why you are telling me in the future, I don't know if I'll have confidence in this again from your point of view. Why would you? Okay? Why would you? Why would they? Right? Trust seems to be an issue here. You two hurt each other in some way, I believe. Okay? So keep at it. And if your efforts decline or their efforts decline, then we have an answer here. Okay? And then we don't have to worry about, I don't know if I'll have confidence in this again in future. Then you won't have to worry about that at all. All right? So I say congratulations on you two for getting this far and really trying. But the hardest thing is not really the effort here. It's so much as the emotional repair. All right? And that's on both sides, as far as I can tell. Let's give it some time, give it some work, and you'll have your answer, the both of you, soon enough. All right? It's tentative, and that's okay. You two, in your own particular estimation, decided to try. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. 5 of Wands, there's the argument, Page of Cups, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. Someone's expressing uncertainty, and there's arguments about uncertainty and hesitation. Why do you always hesitate? Why are you so uncertain? And there's a constant argument about that. Somebody here, again, it's more that equal division, but that's what caused the argument. Someone's accusing the other. Why do you always hesitate? Why aren't you solid? Why aren't you certain? Why aren't you sure? Why do you never know? And it provoked old arguments, old wounds, but yet there's still love here with the Ace of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. You know, there's still love here. It's just, it's grown very slowly over time. King of Wands. The Hierophant. For now, the commitment towards this, it may not be commitment as in marriage, I'm saying the commitment towards this and putting ourselves into it stands. Okay? But this sore point isn't just going to magically go away. It's going to come up again and again until you two learn how to solve those differences about the accusation of why is somebody always hesitating or they take too long and the other person's like, I'm good where I'm at. Why can't you believe that? I don't know. That's going to be a background noise. Okay? So if we're learning to rebuild trust here, stay committed to the cup for now and the progress. And if you stop seeing progress for either side, yourself or theirs, then again, in future, we don't have to worry so much about having confidence in this anymore. Okay? The answer will be obvious. All right? I can say that there's a long-standing issue between these two. All right. We have the letter R, the medallion of Aquarius in reverse, the keyword being friendly. Yeah, I can see where you two are trying to be friendly towards each other, especially if you're in that very vulnerable state of, I don't know if I can open up to you it that way, but again, you're both trying, and that's part of the process, is trust. Rebuilding the trust means being emotionally vulnerable, even if it's uncomfortable. Okay? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I know. I see a commitment here to the way of life that's been established, and so for now, I see you, I believe, standing up for this cup based on time, energy, effort, experience, even if it got a little plateauish. You're like, I'm still in it for now. I'd like to have more faith and confidence in this, though. But there you go. I can see that there's been a world established here. All right. So this, I grant you, this is some patchwork. But hopefully that patchwork will hold. But if it doesn't, you'll know. Okay. We have the, what is that? The stingray. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then the kind of bottom of the ocean or the riverbed, running along the bottom surface, keeping our emotions a little bit more to ourselves, feeling tentative or shy. Okay. The snowflake, sign of Scorpio, sign of winter. This upcoming winter or last winter might have been important. Okay. But transformative effect, possibly. Okay. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Scorpio, please. What's going on? Show me Scorpio. What's going on? Show me Scorpio. Show me Scorpio. Very good. Kind of had a scorpionic moment. right after Libra's message and before Taurus's. So if you want to check that out, watch Taurus's intro. I just had one of those moments. And I was even like, should I feel bad about it? But no, I concluded no, I shouldn't feel bad anyway. If you're so inclined and you want maybe a bit of a laugh, check out Taurus's intro. 8 of Cups, Page of Swords, the Hermit. Okay. I think that's fair. 5 of Wands. Yes. Chariot. Yep. Okie dokie. 9 of Swords. 9 of Cups. The Magician. I'm going to get this figured out. Yeah, you are. I can see where you went back and forth in a way of, am I done with this? Am I done with this? You really took your time to examine something at the emotional level first, which is very normal for water signs. We typically revert to our emotional selves before we start making major decisions. And you are aware of your emotional detachment. I don't think you understood how serious it was. Okay, because you had very small insight about it. I think you had, the Scorpio I'm looking at, you had this vague sensation of being separated, emotionally isolated, down, just not present. In what you might call in very generic terms, emotionally unavailable, be it with someone romantic or not. I don't know, that's up to you. I'm looking at it as a more comprehensive thing, and I know that because the Hermit's out. And it's kind of like saying the Hermit is going to kick a Page of Swords butt any day of the week. The Hermit's like, okay, thanks, Page, get out the way. I got real work to do. So very recently, you started looking at your emotional detachment with a little bit more detail and depth recently. So the Hermit, very wise, based on experience, walking the path, holding the lantern up high so we can clearly see the path we've been on that led up to this moment of understanding in a much more comprehensive way what led up to this detachment. So you're actively not just healing, but looking at it through the lens of wisdom and experience. Okay? I don't think you took it too seriously before, but today you are. And perhaps for the past couple of days. And you're going to be on that trail for a hot minute. So don't rush it. Okay? It's important to understand that. And I'll tell you why. You're going to be making what you might call a radical decision soon. Here's the thing. Expect some feedback on that. It may not be the feedback that you want, or supportive. Some folks might have some things to say about it. That's my list. And you're also kind of showing me, I don't care. This is what I need to do. I don't expect you to understand. Why would you? You're not me. But I am going to go my own way. Ooh. A little pissy. Not just your attitude, but you are being met with outward opposition. You ain't having none of it, though. It's very unapologetic. It's very you when you get to that point. I don't necessarily understand your reasons. I just know that you refuse to fight. So in that respect, when I tell people, no, it's worth your time, energy, and effort, that applies to fighting too. You're saying this is not worth the fight. I'm not going to argue about this. It is what it is. Now, it's very cold, but it has something to do with your process back here. Okay? You're reflecting on this deeply, and you have an answer, but it's an answer that doesn't seem to be supported. So I'm just giving you the FYI. Expect some kickback. And knowing us with our process, we prefer to transform before we end. And if this can't be transformed into something that's more supportive, you're still going to go your own way. So these are some large concepts you're working with, and without clarification, I can't see them further. Okay? So that just tells me how much it's applying to all of you, and also how important it is. No matter how small it may seem, it's a big deal to you. But a cornerstone feature here for some of you is I refuse to fight. I won't. If you're going to fight, it better have a purpose. You're saying this argument serves no purpose. I won't participate. I've made up my mind. Now, what you are showing me, I'm feeling, I'm thinking. Here's my conclusion. I'm sorry you're not on board with it. Chariot. Going that way. I do feel that you're not receiving support for a decision, an important one. And I'm sorry. There is disapproval surrounding this. But again, this is where I always encourage people, regardless of what sign you are, understand what's right for you. And that means understanding where you've been coming from, how you haven't been dealing with it, and why. And now that you know what you know, you have to hold yourself responsible for the information, what you've been experiencing and feeling. You're doing something. And it gives you momentum and a sense of forward. This is where I'm going. Made up my mind. Okay. You know, or I'm wholeheartedly moving away from a particular direction. So again, all signs, all cards, elements have pros and cons, day and night, black and white, rose and thorn. The Chariot can be I'm wholeheartedly moving this direction, and I mean it, or I'm wholeheartedly moving away from that direction and mean it. But I do this. Whatever this is, your days of participating in it are over. So I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess that you are wholeheartedly moving away from it, but with the intent of moving towards something else. And let's talk about that. Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Magician is kind of like, now that I have my freedom, holy shit. So now you're kind of like, you're so, what did I do? Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Magician. You know, guys, it's going to be one of those things where it's scary at first. I don't think you expected this because your reaction is, holy shit, I got what I wanted. What do I even do with that? So, okay. So it's going to be one of those things. I don't want you to regret your action. If it was right for you, it was right for you. What I'm seeing for you is the fallout of the emotional entanglement. It's hard for you to imagine manifesting at your own level for your own self. There's something about that that freaks you out. Okay, so that kind of tells me how seriously you took this process and the kind of nerve it took you to exit this. And now you're like, now that I'm on my own, holy shit. You didn't think you could do it, pull it off, or that you would never be in this position. I couldn't say. But individuation is here, Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups. But you're still like, I'm standing by it, though. No backsies. I just think you're really nervous. Manifesting from a space of individuation and wish fulfillment of the self, love the self, without any other influence, without any other negotiables, just you. And perhaps it's been a long time since you've acted or manifested from a space of just the self. So it's like, now that I'm here, what do I even do with this? Oh, God. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. But I just get this feeling that you're overwhelmed with this sense of newfound freedom, or it's been a long time since you felt like you were comfortable in a space of being on your own and just pulling for yourself and wishing for yourself and working for yourself and manifesting for yourself. You're like, I don't even know what to do with this freedom. It's almost like a stress reaction. But it's a beautiful stress reaction. Stay in it. Stay in it. Trust yourself to navigate via your emotions and everything else. Just know this. You said that there's no going back. I'm saying that Nine of Swords is a natural reflection of anxiety for finding yourself kind of almost free and unencumbered. And it's like, I don't even know what to do with this. It kind of tells me how long has it been since you've really got to think and feel for yourself in your own best interest. And it feels a little weird. It feels a little alien. I'm not sure how else to describe it. It really depends on the segment and what it is you're leaving behind. Wow. Let's get some advice for you. Let's get some advice. It's making me smile because you're reminding me of a Scorpio, and perhaps Scorpio isn't, even though our death card is here. I don't know, for some of you, Scorpio is not your dominant sun or even rising. We're talking way down there on the totem pole of placements, but maybe. Maybe you haven't exercised your death skill in a long time. I don't know. Because that's the kind of spasm you would expect after someone who hasn't, say, let's say if you're like me, you're a bit of a cardio junkie, and let's say for one reason or another, you haven't exercised in weeks or months, you're gonna get spasms, twitches, Charlie horses, because your muscles are like, that's what you get for neglecting us. Okay? They don't like that. Muscles don't like being neglected. So it's almost like your personal sense of self is neglected and you're having spasms trying to remember how to manifest for yourself. So that's what I'm likening it to. I'm not sure how how to describe it. So let me know if you can relate, if you know what I mean. Yeah? Let's get some advice, please, for Scorpio. Remember to stretch before you manifest. Let's get some advice. Okay. Something came out of stagnation. Now, plateau effect. There's growth here, but it ain't great. Coming out of stagnation. You're waking up. 8 of Pentacles into a higher functioning state. What else, please? I'm waking up. What is that? That's Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I'm drifting off. Knight of Swords, 8 of Swords. Yeah, we're trying to clear up the confusion as we speak. Something to do with the non-functionality of something that would refuse to grow further. Stagnation. And you are doing a good job of active reconstructive efforts for yourself, if anything else. Okay, we're clearing up the confusion for ourselves a little bit more every day. It could have to do with coin. True. Perhaps some of you have been very dedicated and loyal to a particular position for a long time. But there's something here about making it work for you. Something that's higher functioning for you. That instinct is correct. 8 of Wands. I see. You've been wanting to communicate a new beginning for yourself for a long time. Okay, that time is here. Time to open up, take some risks. It's a little scary, isn't it? It's been a while. It has been a while. It's good. It's good. It's good. Wanting to open up and have been wanting to open up. You're actively communicating your intentions. Yeah, not everybody's going to be a big fan of that. I know. Fear and anxiety. Oh, I know. I saw it. Starting over. Yeah, that's it. We called it. We called it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got to the heart of the issue here. Fear and anxiety, divine timing, the Ace of Wands. Fear and anxiety surrounding that new beginning. I know it's the thing about new beginnings, right? They're so powerful. And with that power comes a sense of, holy shit, what did I do? You know, it's a response. And especially if you're not, it's been a while since you've had a new beginning. If it's been a while since you've been the fool, if it's been a while since you've ended things or tried to transform them, you're going to have a little bit of a shock reaction. Absolutely. Oh, honey, it's okay. It's normal. I promise. It's okay. It's been a while. I got it. Gosh, you know, the time is now. I think some of you it's been in the back of your energy for God knows how long. And it's scary to do the thing, but it's a good scary, isn't it? That's what that is. It's a good scary to just do anything and everything that's been in your best interest and in your heart for who knows how long. And I'm sorry others can't be on board. They clearly do not support the decision, but it's also not their journey, baby. You got to keep that in mind. Disapproval's a dime a dozen. Disapproval and approval are like opinions, which are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So you really need to do what's for you at the end of the day. That's all any of us can do. Okay. Okay, we have the medallion of Sag, but the key word here being optimism. It's optimistic, I know. And that's why the hesitation's coming from. Yeah. Some of you might have some very, very prominent earth in your chart. We have Capricorn as well as Taurus. That's not easily shaken. They're not really known for spontaneous new beginnings, those two. I'm not dissing Earth. Absolutely not. It's beautiful energy. It's persistent. It's brilliant. It can be bold in its own way, but it takes time to build up to it. You know, there's something there that's hard for you to just change or shake up, but congratulations to you. That means that whatever this is that much more important. Okay? So signify it as a marker in your life for good things that have yet to come. Okay, but yeah, optimism. And then here we have the snowflake, of course, representing us, and then also the time of winter, and then transformative properties in the general sense. Perhaps last winter for some of you signified something, or this upcoming winter. We have the letters M, A, and the child. the medallion of the child. Some of you might have children. Also, again, not easy to make these kind of decisions when you have dependents. So it may not just be children, it might be dependents. And there's that vulnerability of a child as well. All right, Scorpio, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Pisces, please. What's going on? Show me, Pisces. What's going on? Show me, Pisces, please. Okay. What's up? I'm just out here slinging cards. The Hierophant, Two of Swords, the Five of Wands. Yeah, we got to ask ourselves that. Oh my God. 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and King of Wands. Four of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords. Yeah. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm also saying you got to pick and choose your battles here, honey. And the Hierophant, Two of Swords, the Five of Wands. There's a commitment in here in that respect of you really sticking to what you felt was correct. And I was starting to question heavily about whether or not that was correct. So it's kind of like you telling me I have to know what's worth fighting for. I have a commitment here, or a commitment to myself in this. I just got to trust that things will clear up. And you have been trying to show yourself this, but you get a lot of mixed results. So Two of Swords and the Five of Wands. It's like no matter how much I have stuck by this and committed to it, tension remains. And your higher self has really tried to stay activated throughout this process about what it is that's worth fighting for, what is you're able to put up with, tolerate, work through, or fix because your higher self has said so. So again, bravo. I say all the time, you need to have a commitment to the self, and then externally, hopefully, that shows us what we're worth and what our measure is. But something here is not a good reflection of it. Okay? That's why it's so important to understand our commitment to the self first. That way we can understand outside of us if that commitment is worthy of what it is we have to offer it over and over again. So I've seen you sticking by something, and you mean it, but it's hard. It's really, really hard. And you get mixed results too for all that effort. There's an argument that remains, there's a tension that remains, and you've kind of studiously stuck by it this whole time. No matter the conflict or how hard it gets, you've stayed in there. And I'm saying you got mixed results because you do. I got a King of Wands in here, so at this point, reverse energies as you see fit, but I do believe this is you at your opening. And this one's outside of you. I'm sorry, it's just outside of you. I'm not saying it's you, I'm just saying it's outside of you. It feels like it is. King of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. You know, that's a weird level of confidence to be like, yeah, things kind of suck, but I'm used to it. I'm here showing up for this as much as you are. That's weird. It's almost like they're showing me a sense of resilience instead of a helping hand. See, I'm right there with you. I'm sticking to this just like you are. That doesn't mean I'm making things better or easier. It just says I can say I'm showing up too. No, in fact, they're contributing to this as much as you are. Yours is like mine for reasons of commitment. I gotta stick by this. But at the end of the day, you're confused with results, why you do it specifically. Because you're not getting the feedback you need to make you feel better about the commitment. And I can kind of see why. Don't get me wrong, you're both playing into this. It takes two. But the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles is like saying, yeah, things are rough, and they're pretty much always like that. So I'm used to it. We make it work somehow. But that doesn't mean I'm making it work for the easier or the better. And that also means you too. Okay? And I don't mean that as an accusation. It's just neither one of you showed me really dedicated healing or an even distribution of working method. Expectations, results, Just somebody's like, see, it's hard for me too, and I managed to get along with you. Oh, how flattering. Or it's hard for me too. I'm used to it. It's hard for me too, but we make it work, kind of. I don't like it. I don't think you do either. So either one of you saying, hey, I put my time, energy, and effort into this, I've got commitment, does not guarantee results. Two people have to really want to put the best of themselves into it. Commitment does not guarantee the best of ourselves. It just says, I'm officially, technically standing up for this. So that's why you have to understand what your own commitment level is to yourself first. And what it is that you would do for you is by extension what you might do for someone else. And therefore should be able to reasonably expect in return. Okay? And right now I got these two figures not giving their best return to each other. It's not an accusation. It's just this has been played into with a particular level of deposit over and over again. And that deposit hasn't changed. 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. Well, that will be changing soon. I feel like we're going to start spending some time apart. I'm not saying this as a full degree of separation. More like someone saying, hey, I'm going to work on myself. And I just kind of need to work on myself at a distance from you. So 9 of Pentacles is kind of that sweet freedom relief of the self. I can rely on me. 4 of Pentacles. You're showing me conservation of energy just to focus on you. I believe it's you. And the 6 of Swords. And frankly, you haven't felt better. When you can just retain your energy and effort just for you, you really seem to get back in touch with your own particular sense of self, accomplishment, and frankly, your own sense of livelihood. Someone who's used to maintaining, creating, sculpting their own garden and is actually pretty good at it. By garden, I mean the way of life. Kind of gives you a big clue right there when you feel like, oh, all I have to do is worry about me. Oh God, that feels so good, right? It's kind of like I only have to worry about me at a distance from that situation. So this might be a temporary distance. I don't know. But again, that's kind of a big hint there. Okay? This, I don't see a resolve for immediately, no. It's just more or less a rough agreement that, I think I'm going to focus on myself apart from this situation or from you. I want to tend to my own garden and not have to really factor in about what it is you are doing or not doing or how pleased or pissed off you are today. That would be fantastic. Again, kind of gives you a big clue. Okay. All right, let's get some advice here, please. I would... Queen of Swords. Judgment. Yeah, we got a decision here. I think there's a much bigger picture decision attached to this. 4 Swords, King of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, going back to that plateau energy. It's up for the both of you. There it is. 7 of Pentacles, King of Wands, here twice, 2 of Swords, 4 Swords. You both have a decision in you, in your own respective ways, about what this is to you. Lessons. Is the value you can expect from this, has it been met? Is it as good as it can get? Or is there more to this? You both have that to work through. Okay? I see their willingness to kind of quietly reflect, but still remain ultimately undecided about whether or not this 7 of Pentacles way of life is enough to sustain their interest, their point of view, their energy. Runner. Someone here identifies as the runner. It may not be in the metaphor. The thing is, someone has a runner-chaser dynamic. That could be true. But someone here just might be a straight-up runner. I don't know. It's confirmation. Self-sabotage. End of a cycle. Big success. Self-sabotage. Guys, someone here... Okay, so it is more like the metaphor. Someone here has a tendency to run from the big issue. They find temporary relief, I believe, in a break. So it could be you. It could be them. Or you could both be playing into that particular dynamic. Where you both like, you know what? I need a little break. And it's an informal way of running without actually addressing the issue. And then you both come back refreshed, right? A little bit. And then you go back to old habits and old ways. It could be the end of a cycle if we turn around and face this and gave it the bigger picture point of view. It could be. But if we continue to self-sabotage, we'll never really know our success as a person if someone continuously runs from this. Okay? We want success, but we can't do that if we continue to self-sabotage. So it's not enough to say, well, what do you want? Well, I don't know. What do you want? Well, I don't know. No, no, no. You both know, and I'm seeing a lack of confrontation on both sides. There's a bigger lesson attached to it here and a bigger decision, and I do believe it's more yours than it is theirs. They seem to be much, I don't know about happy, but just kind of like acquiescing to what is a given norm here, and that doesn't mean they're willing to change it. It just means they've accepted it. That doesn't mean they're the bigger person. That just means they're willing to settle into a particular way of life that isn't necessarily conducive or good for two people, but they also aren't really willing to change anything. So I kind of see where their energy stops and starts, and I do believe the bigger assignment is attached to you. Okay? There you go. Y, Z, Q, the bull. Again, everybody's getting toward, and this is a completely different one. Everybody's getting hit with the Taurus medallion. That fixed earth energy. You want some Taurus in your chart, could be connecting to one. We have the Eiffel Tower. There's that sense of big success. It's there. Dreams come true, all that stuff. But right now the star is in reverse. And we have the rabbit upside down, running out of time. And stop running. This is the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. No time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Stop running. We gotta stop running and turn around and face this. Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments, take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Cancer, please. Show me Cancer. Ooh, what am I making tonight? I think I'm doing grilled chicken, summer squash, and I want to say Creole rice because it gives a little kick against the sweetness of the summer squash. So, yeah, I think that's what we're doing today. You always get my food thoughts, don't you? And that's because yours is last of the day, and by then I'm quite hungry. Sorry about that. Hope it doesn't annoy you. But I also don't mind sharing. You know, it's okay. Little thoughts, little moments. Might as well. What's going on? Show me Cancer, please. Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer. What's up? The Hanged Man. Six of Swords. Knight of Wands. Okay. Sounds good. Six of Cups. Queen of Cups. Two of Cups. Good. That's a good decision. Yay. The Chariot. That's you. The Sun. Nine of Wands. It's okay. That's all right. That's okay. So let's back up. The Hanged Man, Six of Swords, the Knight of Wands. After much due consideration, and I mean much due consideration. And this is a peaceful thing. I'm not saying the work behind it wasn't without its difficulties or its moments or its hard days. I'm sure the Hanged Man is a serious thing, and he can be upside down for a long time. The point is he has to be active in order to be successful. What is an active Hanged Man? We are actually doing something with all our perspective. The whole point of getting new perspective is to shift our focus or to reaffirm where we are. So you've kind of taken that to task as the Hanged Man. You're like, I'm ready to come out of the Hanged Man. I was like, what are you doing? Six of Swords. Yeah, we're going to come out of our quiet space. Okay, I think I've given whatever this is enough thought. And I'm going to move this way. Into what? Knight of Wands. Oh, where's your little energy pickup headed towards? Well, let me show you, Christina. It is the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups. There, I did it. Love. So, I don't know what's with the Hanged Man. I don't know why it was a process for you. I like how you transitioned from don't bother me. Suspended, I'm gaining perspective. I'm learning. I'm suspending all judgment of myself and others. Just shut up. Let me think. Okay, I've done enough of that. Six of Swords. I'm in my little boat now. We can leave our cocoon days behind. Knight of Wands. And as you continue to move out of your cocoon state, you're feeling signs of life. Wake up. And you got Knight of Wands. You're like, hi. Feeling pretty good, actually. So you had a nice, long, upside down space. You're ready to come out. You're ready to leave the Hanged Man behind. What are you entering? Knight of Wands. Little energy. Little spike. Oh, happy birthday, by the way. Perhaps that's what that is. Six of Cups, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups. So you headed for love. And that's like, that's a one-way street, but it's shared. It is shared, and it's beautifully shared, I might add. 6 and 2 as an equal division. So not only is it a soul bond energy here that not necessarily romantic, the Six of Cups is, but it is often attached to sweet memories of the past. Cool. That doesn't mean it's showing up in present day. But this one is. With the Two of Cups, that's active. That means it's current. It's currently felt and expressed as you kind of wake up out of your beautiful, suspended, non-judgmental cocoon. You're heading in a direction that literally feels correct. So your heart space seems to be very much on point and activated here with the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. It could, and between water, 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 it could be with a fellow water sign, by the way. But yeah, this is beautiful. Guys, this is absolutely beautiful. It's very supportive, too. I like that. It's emotionally supportive, right? Emotionally supportive. Very water-oriented. So not only is it harmonizing quite well, it's very supportive. These hearts are speaking to each other for the right reasons. It's lovely. And there's a reminiscence there. I know you, you know me. We've known each other a long time. It feels good. It's just love. And it's beautiful, and it's being shared, as far as I can tell, equally. It's beautiful. Two heart space are active. They're opening towards each other, and it's lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous. Chariot, that's your power card. The Sun and the Nine of Wands. I'm actually seeing that a little bit more as a time reference. Not too far away from your season, but prior to entering Leo's. Perhaps then, before then, we had a wall in place or a barrier in place. Hesitation, I don't know about this. The Sun is a very powerful element, we must remember. Yours is too. So here's the thing with the Chariot, guys. It really personifies your power aspects, your pros and your cons. Cancer, the more consolidated you are at the emotional level, you can honestly say you're headed forward in this direction. Don't get in the way. Don't anybody get in the way. If you're not consolidated, you're going to lean into get the hell away. Okay? But the point is, are you on board with it? Be on board with you. And that way, no matter what direction, no matter how extreme it may be, you can at least say it's honestly coming from you. To either unapologetically move forward to or get the hell away from. So, it really does come down to you and how. But I will say this. If you are unconsolidated, you're much more likely to deviate and say, stay the hell away until you better understand what you're feeling. Okay. But I will say this. When you say get the hell away, you really do mean it. So, but still, it's not a knock. All signs have pros and cons. All 12 signs, no exception. Okay. Yours is just not as well known. But we all do. The Sun. That's beautiful. Very powerful element. And I'm not going to lie. I'm seeing this as a flow through between us exiting your season and entering Leo. And until that phase, until you know absolutely what direction you want to take this further, because it's already connecting back here, mind you. It's emotionally connecting. Taking it further after that. You may not know what that is or what that feels like until we get closer into Leo season. So you're still showing me some caution. It's like you're saying, I don't want to hope for this too much. See what I'm saying? Because that's how good this feels. So there's a little bit of resistance there to feeling full happiness. It's kind of like, which way am I going towards this? You'll know the more you engage with this, okay? You'll know the more you engage with it. But you'll know, and like I would say, a week or so. Like I said, happy birthday. We're very close to Leo season, but not quite there just yet. You'll know the more you engage with this. It looks so beautiful, lovely, and very, very, very equal, okay? Oh, man. Don't worry about this, okay? You will develop that feeling and that sense of intuition and drive and what happiness is as you go further into it. You take it from there. Until then, stay in this, okay? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Oh, goodness. Let's get some advice, please. The Hierophant. What else, please? Page of Swords. Oh, yeah. What's this about? Seven of Wands. Oh, is that where you're coming from? We always just assume to block. Or until you knew what you were doing, you assumed to block and you stood by that until you absolutely knew. Well, that's all right then. It's okay. The Hierophant is here. Sometimes he has that task of being, you know, a spiritual dick. And by that, and it's full respect to his job and duties. It's like until I know for sure I can't stand by something. Commitment. Permissions element. So until he knew what he was doing or you knew what you were doing or whatever, it's like block. I need more perspective. So I kind of see where you are coming from a little bit more. Until you absolutely knew what you were doing with some level of confidence and that you could stand behind, you had a block on this. Okay? You had your reasons. I have no doubt. But you had a block on this. And that would explain a little bit more about your quest in the future. How far am I going to drive this, and is it still going to feel good? Which direction should I take? Am I hoping too much? Am I feeling too much too soon? And it's tempted to veer on a sharp right when you've been going left. I want you to refrain from that feeling. Okay? This is the truth. Okay? Feeling that, and you will know what to do further out. All right? Okay. The Magician. Manifest that love. Honey, it's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. I think you were in that position of doing what I tell people. Just know that you want it. You've had that period. I see that period. You had to make sure absolutely that you wanted to do this. You've had that period. Trust this. Trust that. Trust your heart. That's what I've been telling you. Trust your heart. That sun feels so good, and you want to know which direction absolutely to drive this in. I want you to continue to stay left and don't do any harsh rights, whatever, until you can feel it completely. Okay? We spent a lot of time hanging back from this, wanting to know if it was correct, wanting to know if it was correct. Your confirmation is right here. I could tell by your energy pickup. Actually, let's go ahead and throw down some oracles first. You're not the first person to get... Do you see how this... Do you see this? Do you see this? Look at that bad boy. This is a double-decker right here. You're the second person to get runner. It's such a distinct card. Who else? Pisces. So some of you identify as literally being a runner, and for some of you, perhaps, okay, the unconsolidated Cancer version of you may be avoided or ran away from. It's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. You don't need to scream at me. If it's in the reverse, and it's in the reverse. All I know is that the emotional union here is very, very strong, but beautifully balanced. And perhaps we had a little history here of avoiding. Or like I said, some of you just identify with being a runner. False beliefs, running from what we believed and telling ourselves. This is literally the definition of telling ourselves one thing, hoping it's true. This is why I always tell people, if you're ever in a position of having to talk yourself into or out of anything, don't do it. And it's almost like you've been listening to that, right? You took a lot of time out for that. We don't want any false dependencies here, or doing this, in other words, for the wrong reasons. We want to do it for the right ones. All I see are the right ones. If that helps you. If that helps you. Messages and dreams. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. These two have a way of talking in their sleep. Absolutely. Messages and dreams about the other. It's at the intuitive level, the spiritual level. Oh, absolutely. Okay. I'm not saying you have to live and die for every dream you have. I'm just saying some dreams leave a certain impression on you about a connectivity you can't quite explain. That's what that is. That's it. Okay? All right. And for some of you, yeah, you have a fair amount of Earth in your chart. Ace of Pentacles here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Or it could be the opportunity for a brand new beginning. Okay? Solid offer. Something to do with a gesture, a gift, so on and so forth. Communication. Okay? Okay, you're the first, like, two other signs didn't pull anything to do with the Taurus. I got bull, Taurus Battalion. 3 different versions of it. It's like, what is going on? It's like there's a Taurus conspiracy theory. What the heck? You're like the first, but even then, that's not true. I saw the Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay, FYI for some of you. Anyway, the owl here, wisdom. You have wisdom, you have insight. You're intellectual, you're smart. You'll figure it out. Okay? The wise owl. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius also. P and T and the seahorse could be associated with Pisces, absolutely. But the seahorse represents the masculine emotional self, the weight of carrying the emotions instead of releasing them. Okay? So that's why it's considered masculine fragility. Rather hold it in and be very uncomfortable. But the seahorse is a beautiful creature. Wish we understood how our emotions are beautiful. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.